Oh my god. Oh, by the power of all the Grayskull, Noji Tat, and just so many other words, despair has won. I'm just saying that right now, because this chapter, it was one very huge despair chapter. Because mostly, in a way, some people will say it was not, because the elves are revived, and the elves, well, they wanted to revive. It's who the ones that were revived uh, within. I know it's how do I say this? It's the one that was revived. The bodies of the humans that became the elves. That's the reason for this despair. Yes, this is Black Clover chapter 149. Actually, just one chapter left to 150. So either way, um, we see how Petrolio Lich, because last chapter we saw that the fake Lich was not the Lich we all know, and actually I figured out too late that it was this guy Petrolio or whatever. If I say his name wrong, do not correct me on that, because I now know who it was. Actually, I did figure out it was him, but I only figured it out until after my review was over. So now I actually figured it out. Patroli Lich actually found the mana of Lyre and, well, Veto, and he asphyxiated the other world's mana into their souls and revived them with a human with similar wavelengths. So that's how he was. That's why the third eye was technically his only comrades, because they were the only ones he could resurrect. With that, uh, they revived everyone. Uh, no, so he revived them, and the reason why he revived Fana, the girl back then, is because he believed that the young girl Fana that was thrown out of the experiment actually was very similar to the other one else. So they decided to resurrect the other elves, and that was what the White Knight Demon Eye truly was for. The Night Eye human subordinates, they were the sacrifices uh, for the true elves, and they can only cry in despair as they are merged away. Granted, a lot of these White Knight Demon Eye members were assholes, but still it felt extremely cold to see Petroli just casually sacrifice them, because in the end this showed that despite them being assholes and all that stuff, they were still people that had hit rock bottom. And I know very well the feeling of hitting the rock bottom. When you do that, you care for nothing but yourself. So, and when there is someone there that can guide your light, you immediately attach themselves to them. So it only makes sense. As the White Knight Demon Eye members are all sacrificed to for that, bright light can find the entire Clover Kingdom and many more, as many people suddenly begins to uh, bright out light as light shines up in the sky. And then the chapter turns into despair as we see who is the elves reincarnations. And let me answer you this: half of them were on the team that was supposed to destroy the White Base. Even Mary was an elf reincarnation. And yes, Gosh was one too, but that was actually foreshadowed a long time ago, but now it was confirmed. Yes, Gosh was an elf reincarnation. Everyone from the glasses guy, I forgot his name, Klaus maybe. Juno was one too. It turns out that was the connection. The two guys that was going on with the arrogant silver guy, Gosh, a lot of humans in the place, including the painting guy, the ugly angel, the snow angel. Luck was one as well, as we suspected, and many more. Yes, and Mary as well. This was only a chapter of despair, not a single bit of hope, because now the elves have been revived, And the biggest despair is the fact that they have revived in the strongest of comrades. And now they are taking their revenge. It was pretty sad though to see that Mary was also an elf reincarnation, because that means she's gonna destroy the orphanage. A little child destroying the orphanage. Can you imagine the despair that's gonna bring? So now the elves are revived with all shared hatred. They are now. They will now to attack the revenge. How the hell will the humans be able to defeat this despair? Quite honestly, I don't think they can, but this is a manga where hope always wins, so eventually they will win. I just don't know how, but I think the key to defeating these elves are Asta. Because again, he is the only one without any mana, and his anti-magic swords, I think they, and his demon, there's no way there isn't a connection. And it turns out that Juno was an elf reincarnation, or could it very well be that he is indeed that deceased child of Lich and Tiara? Because that still doesn't answer the question, what is Asta? We know he wasn't an elf, but he is something. I believe he is the key to stop all this. And no, I'm not just saying that because he's a standard shonen hero and the hero always saves the day and blah 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 and power of friendship and all that stuff that you people really dislike. No, I'm just saying there is something about him. I mean, the Witch Queen did say that he was nothing special and that what makes him special, and that's just the thing. If he's nothing special, he's still something. Either way, they also revived. And to be honest, I didn't really enjoy this chapter that much because of all the different comrades that are now elves. And how they are gonna stop this? No idea. Ultimate despair, indeed. But you give me your thoughts if you have any.